What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to a new review. Today we are checking out another smartwatch that has the potential of fully replacing your smartphone. So this right here, it's called the Lemfo LEM9 and this is a watch that you can buy for between $150 to $200 depending where you buy it, and as always I will leave some links in the video's description. So this watch runs a full version of Android 7.1, so the same version of Android that you would find on a smartphone, and that means that you have access to the Google Play Store and basically all the applications available in the Google Play Store, so you can install pretty much anything on this. This watch can also take a SIM card and it has 4G connectivity, so on the back we have a little plastic door, you remove the screw and then you can install a SIM card just as you would on a smartphone. We also have dual band Wi-Fi, so the watch can connect to the 2.4 and the 5 GHz Wi-Fi bands, and the speeds over Wi-Fi and the 4G network are also pretty good. And aside from that, of course, we have Bluetooth connectivity, and that means that you can connect some Bluetooth headphones, some Bluetooth speakers and so on, so exactly as you would on a smartphone. Alright, so we're gonna start with a super quick unboxing. The watch comes in a decent looking box. On the front of the box we see the brand name, and turning the box around we can see some of the specifications. Inside the box we are gonna find the watch, we're gonna find the user manual, and I do recommend that you check out the user manual because there are a couple of things that you aren't gonna know how to do without reading the user manual. Aside from that, we have a little screwdriver so you can open that plastic door on the back of the watch so you can install a SIM card, and we have a micro USB cable and of course the charger. The charger attaches to the back of the watch, but you're not going to be able to use the watch while charging it, and charging the device from 0 to 100 is done in about 45 to 55 minutes depending on the charger that you're using, but you can basically use any charger. The watch itself looks fairly similar with other smartwatches that we've seen in the past, and it isn't crazy big, however it is still bigger than a regular watch. So this is mostly made out of plastic, so the bottom, the sides are made out of plastic, however the screen is covered by glass. So the bottom there we have a heart rate monitor, we also have the connectors for the charger and that little plastic door that you could remove so you can install a SIM card. Now if you want to check your heart rate, you're gonna have to initiate that every single time, so the watch cannot do 24/7 heart rate monitoring. However, whenever you're using this as a fitness tracker, because this watch has two modes, so you can use it as a smartwatch or as a fitness tracker. Whenever you're using it as a fitness tracker, you can access the heart rate monitoring much quicker. So you just have to press the back button twice and then you can see your heart rate. So much more convenient. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Alright, so on the left hand side we also have a speaker. The speaker gets quite loud. On the right hand side we have the microphone and a couple of buttons, and on the front of the watch we have a 5 megapixel front facing camera. And of course having a front facing camera makes it much easier to make video calls or take selfies, because everyone likes selfies these days, right? Alright, so the screen is a 1.39 inches AMOLED screen, and it does look really good. It gets bright enough for the outdoors, not to mention that it supports multi-touch, so you can touch the screen in two places at the same time and the screen will be able to register. And that's important if you are reading the news on a website or if you are zooming in on a picture or something like that, so you can use two fingers on the screen. Now, whenever you're using this watch as a smartwatch, the screen will turn off every time you're not touching it, right? So it's off whenever you're not using it, and every time you turn the watch towards you, the screen will come back on. Now that has a small delay. It comes on every time, but it has a delay of about a second and a half. Now, if you're using the watch as a fitness tracker in the second mode, the fitness tracker mode, then you can get about 3 to 4 days on one charge. If you are using the watch as a regular smartwatch, basically then you only get about, I'm gonna say a day on one charge, or even less depending how much you're on your watch. Now there is a downside to using this as a fitness tracker. Whenever you're using it as a fitness tracker, it's basically using a different processor and you don't have access to all its features. So every time you need something from the smartwatch side, you basically have to switch the smartwatch side and use the other processor, and then you have access to all the features. So I hope this makes sense. I know it does sound a bit confusing. So a smartwatch or a fitness bracelet. So whenever you're not using it to its full potential, just switch it to the other mode and then you get more battery life. So what can you do with a smartwatch like this? Well, you can basically do everything that you do with your smartphone, but on a smaller and round screen. So a lot of applications aren't exactly designed for round screens, so you're gonna have to go around that. but you can basically text on this, you can make phone calls, you can make video calls since we have that front-facing camera. You can install any application, so if you want you can watch YouTube videos, but again the screen is fairly small to watch a YouTube video. You can play games, and there are a bunch of games that can be played on this watch, but personally I play games like Temple Run and stuff like that because you can't exactly play games where you need both fingers. Since the watch has a GPS unit as well, of course you can use this for Google Maps or basically any navigation app, and it only takes a few seconds for the watch to find your location. Once it finds your location, it doesn't seem to lose it, so much better than a lot of other watches that I've tried in the past. Of course, you have access to a lot of watch faces, and changing the watch faces is fairly simple. You basically hold your finger pressed on the screen and then you can select a different watch face, and there are a bunch that come pre-installed, and you can also download a whole bunch of new ones. So if you use this by itself as a phone replacement, it can basically do everything and replace your smartphone, but I imagine that some people actually want to use this together with their smartphone. And then the watch cannot do everything because, for example, you're gonna get notifications from your phone on the watch, but then you cannot reply to those notifications. If you use it by itself, then you can reply to those notifications. So it really depends how you plan on actually using this. But I believe that this is mostly intended to fully replace your smartphone. In order to use this with your smartphone, of course, you will have to install an app on your smartphone, and the app is the same app that we've seen in the past for other smartwatches. It's called WeWatch 2. Now, me personally, I'm not a big fan of that app and I find it kind of useless. So you're probably better off to use this by itself than connected to your smartphone. So to quickly conclude this video, the Lemfo LEM9 is the first watch that I've seen that has this dual mode. It has the fitness tracker mode and then it has the smartwatch mode. And this is great because in the fitness tracker mode you can go for 3 to 5 days on one charge. So you can basically switch to the Android version only when you need that, and this way you don't have to charge it every single day like all the other ones that we've seen in the past. So it's gonna be a bit of a balancing act. Sometimes you use it like this and you can see how many steps you've done, you can see the distance, the calories and your heart rate, but then when you need to make a phone call or send an email, you can basically switch it to the other side, the Android side, and then you can do all that as well. So a bit of balancing, but definitely better than other watches that I've seen in the past, because the main issue with these watches is the battery life, and having this dual mode kind of fixes that in a way. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, press that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.